Hello, it's Mark here with Nordheide Hustle. We are back in the garage, the contents of which I paid 2,500 euros for back in October, and we're going to see if there's anything in the remaining boxes that I can make some money off of. It is raining outside, but it does not rain in the garage, so no excuses. Oh. This does say something. It says green. Green. But I don't see anything green, but what I do see are a whole bunch of gloves. That is, this whole thing is stacks of gloves. Now they look to be in Russian. I think that's Russian. I actually had other crates of gloves that I found, and I listed a few of those, but those were in English. These are Russian gloves, and we'll see if there's a market for Russian-made gloves in the current climate, where Russia is not exactly a European ally. So with all the embargoes and things, I'm not sure I'm even supposed to sell things that were made in Russia, so I'll have to look them up and see if it's something I can sell. But this entire box is filled with gloves. Let's try something else. Okay, get my blade. Most of these boxes are not sealed. This is one of the first ones, so this entire box is filled. There's not an open one already in here, is there? No, so I'll open one up. It looks like I've never had one before, or ever used one before, but a selfie stick. So here we have selfie sticks. And it does not look like there's a connector. So it's not like there's a button that you can hook up to make it remote or anything. It's simply a selfie stick. I'll have to look up if there's enough. I'm sure there's some value, but enough value to try to sell these on eBay, because it looks like there are about 20 of them in here. 18 after those two fell out. Put back in. So yeah, selfie sticks. It's something new I have not seen in the garage before, so that's nice. A box with a label. It is taped up, so it's a return. It is a tile cutter. So you can see it is a tile cutter. I will open it up and see if the cutter is in there and looks functional, because that's definitely something that then, yeah, could be sold more at the garage sale. But it basically just, let's see, the blade is on there. Snap. Yeah. Perfectly good tile cutter. So I'll look up, I don't know the brand offhand, but I'll look it up. But my guess is, because it's relatively heavy and large and not that valuable typically, that this will be going to the garage sale. But there's money in that for sure. At least 5 euros, maybe 10, maybe more. A smaller box. I lowered my platform thinking that it was taking up too much space, but I don't know if it was the right choice. But let's see. A bug detector. Oh, detects sound transmitters and wireless cameras. Interesting. Little bug. So this is customer return box is what it looks like. I have, if you haven't seen my other videos, a lot of customer returns from an electronics store here in Germany known as Conrad. This is, a radiator attachment to regulate the temperature of your radiator. Usually those are built in with the new radiators. So again, most of these electronic returns I've found are at least 10 years old, if not more. which means a lot of them are obsolete. Okay, here's a remote radiator regulator. Oh, that's what these all are. Same thing, radiator regulators. Ah, okay, this is the second one of these I found. A guitar pickup. The other one didn't seem to have all the parts. And I do not play guitar, so where did I put my knife? But if the parts aren't there, my guess is it won't be very sellable. But yeah, this one looks more complete. It has both sides, the side that you put on the guitar and the side that you plug into the amp. So a guitar pickup, it's not incredibly valuable, but I think it's something that I'll be able to sell even online. It's worth shipping because it's so small. But yeah, that's something. That's something. Here is a built-in circuit breaker timer, another circuit breaker timer. The problem with a lot of these returns and timers is that they've been returned because they don't work. Like this has an X etched in the back of it, which my experience from testing all these things makes me believe that means someone internally within the company tested it and basically scrapped it. Not good for me, but it does make my work easier. When I see the X, I just recycle that product. This is, oh, I've had a couple of these already. Coded access panel. Again, since I don't know if it works, it doesn't make much sense for me to sell it because I would get stuck refunding and paying for shipping all on my own, and I end up just losing money. Empty box. Household thermometer. We can test and see if that works. There's actually 2 of them in here. And there weren't supposed to be 2 in here, so I guess they just pooled them together. If they work, again, it's still nothing. The original price is on there, 13 euros. But my guess is that used or returned, this is maybe worth 2 or 3 euros. Here's a counter that looks like it's mountable. So you might mount it on something and then count what you've worked on. Reset down to 0. Little manual counter. So, yeah, no idea what that's worth. Probably not much. What is this? A network graphic card. Okay, so again, these are things that are probably outdated to the point where they're not sellable. And since I can't test all of those things, it's hard for me to justify putting the work into listing it online, when in the end I might end up just, here's a micro SD card, an adapter, not worth much, but that I might just end up having to pay for the product and losing money on it. So, and here are just a couple of random, there's an alligator clip, a pH module for, I've had some pH testers, and this looks like a module, but it looks all clunked up, and so USB drive and some garbage cardboard. So yeah, a few electronics that I think might be sellable, but not a whole lot, because it's the reality is that most of these returns end up non-functioning, and then I end up just going through all the work of testing them and then disposing of them. I feel low energy today. I don't know if it's the rain or the fact that I don't have many boxes left. So it just hurts. Anyway, here's a big box of air ventilation system parts. This is metal. I'm not sure. Some plumbing and ventilation parts. So a whole bunch, mostly ventilation it looks like, but some plumbing. I actually recently sold a box like this that was filled with random plumbing parts, including a lot of small pipes and hoses, and listed it on eBay for $29.95, I think, shipping included, which I figured would cost me 10 euros. And somebody offered me 20. I counted at $24.95 and they bought it. And so I made like 15 euros off what I thought might be just a box of junk, old pipes and other things, but they were all like these, still new, in wrap, just like this. There's a kitchen fan exhaust to go on your wall. Now these are new with the tags on them, unused, but at the same time they're 20 years old and have been in storage for ages. And this, although it has the tag on it, if you look inside there, it's not so nice. So I can't even say it hasn't been used, even though price tag's still on it. So might be another thing like that where I take a picture of the whole bundle and see if there's anybody that does this sort of professionally that would be willing to pay a few euros to either pick this up at the house or to have it shipped to them. But we'll see. We'll do one more box. I've got to get my energy up. There's only, I think, 12 boxes back there. One more at least. This is a box that says face mask, but doesn't sound like face masks. I have had a couple of boxes that are just filled with face masks. That is not this one. So here is a bicycle helmet. That's definitely a garage sale item. Shouldn't be difficult to sell at a garage sale. There are two of these that I just got one in a box a couple of days ago. Royalty line knife stands, so it's the stand for a knife set. These are new in the box, but at the store they're, I think, 10 euros. So there's a price on here already that says flea market 5 euros, which is about the maximum I can expect to get for them. Probably end up selling them for like 3 or 4 euros. Caravan mirrors. They don't look expensive, so my guess is they're not that valuable, but there's something that someone might be able to use. Snap-on mirrors to put on your motorhome. So there's 3 of those, a bike helmet, and 2 knife stands. So that's some good garage sale stuff. And then the bottom of this, again, for those of you that watch, you know how many dated phone cases I have. So these, again, I think are probably an iPhone 4 or an iPhone 5 silicone cases. And I have a gigantic box stacked over there. So I'll just shove these into that box and add to it. And then there is one Lonely Cross Stitch set, of which I have a giant box with probably several hundred in there. So this also will go out at the garage sale for 50 cents or something, and see if there's any cross stitch aficionados in the neighborhood that might stop by and buy some. But as far as eBay stuff, not really a lot. Not really a lot. On the upside, I'm getting rid of some giant ugly boxes. I'm gonna grab another one because I just can't give up yet. All right. Looks like another box of electrical returns. So here is a P500, whatever that is. Oh, a battery charger. Is there? Yeah. So there's a battery charger. Again, it's something that I will have to plug in and test. I don't have rechargeable batteries, so the best I can test is, does power go on? Is there power? There's a little LCD screen up here. If that reads anything or says anything when I plug it in, that'll give me an idea of whether it works. Still won't be terribly confident that it will charge anything, but see, this says defective, only as spare parts, and in actuality the box is empty. This is also an empty box, but they might be buried in here somewhere. Doesn't look like it. Here is some sort of, okay, so a TV, yeah, signal strengthener, signal extender. Here is a 1 to 3 computer cable of some kind. This is a 5-meter monitor cable. And again, a lot of the cables that I found in this garage are super dated. So there's some USB, but a lot of them are like old school. Like here, I mean, that tells you how dated this is. Here is a signal strengthener for 2 televisions, and look at the televisions on there. Not a lot of hope that those will be of value. There's a lot of empty or half-empty boxes in here. Not sure how that came about. And then there's a couple of Kickits. And these things are, I have a ton of these as well that I found. The boxes are always in really bad shape, so they get recycled. But these are inflatable soccer goals with a little painted ping pong balls. So just a little kids game. Something to sell for next to nothing or give away for free. This is an in-ceiling speaker. It looks like it might be new. Let's see what it is. It is a 30 watt 4 ohm speaker with a speaker cable attached to it. So this, I'm very curious as to why. Oh, these are just holding the screw holes. So yeah, in-ceiling speaker. I can test that by hooking up to a stereo and see if that will actually function, or if it was returned because it doesn't work. And then it might be worth a few euros online. And this is a stapler. Very fancy packaging for a stapler. So a customer return stapler. Oh, is it an electric stapler? Oh, a power stapler. Yeah, we'll see. That I can test, put in some batteries, and see if I can power staple. And but again, not something that I think will be eBay worthy, because it just doesn't seem to be an item that's going to be valuable enough for someone to want to pay shipping and any reasonable amount for this beat up old return package. And then it's just like a plate of spaghetti with a bunch of random cables, most of which will get recycled because I don't need a ton of random cables around. But yeah, we're getting towards the end of all the mystery boxes in the garage. There's definitely some money to be made from what I pulled out today. There's these garage sale items over here that I'll be able to sell for a few euros each. I don't know about the ventilation supplies. There's the tile cutter for sure. I might be able to get rid of a couple of those selfie sticks. If anybody uses selfie sticks anymore, I don't know. I think there are a lot of people that take a lot of selfies. Do they use selfie sticks? I know they're banned in a lot of tourist locations, but doesn't keep me from selling them if somebody's willing to pay for them. So definitely a few euros to be made from these boxes. I am not expecting a giant treasure trove in the last, looks like about 10 boxes that I have back there. But you'll find out if you watch the videos. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.